What's up, everybody? Can't believe it. 100 solo episodes today. Hobby with Cage, episode 100. A little different backdrop um, as I record here today. A little throwback tiger shirt. Maybe if you were at the first Mint, you remember I wore that one. Well, you can't really talk about where you are unless you talk about where you've been. I'm not going to spend too long talking about 100 episodes, solo episodes, but I do know that I wouldn't have been able to do one of these Hobby with Cage episodes if not for Lucas, Tigers, and Browns. So throw that out there. Um, if you're just finding me now, and I got a lot of great messages from my episodes this week, or really, I guess, catching some new folks. A lot of great messages from people with their Spotify Wraps. Somebody, reached out to me this morning. Was like, I just found you. This is great. I've listened to, 11 of your episodes. Go back and listen to some of the Hobby with Cage stuff. Some of the crazy back and forth that I had with Andrew. It's a lot of fun, I got to tell you. But I mixed that with, we got a little messy jersey, but not just a messy jersey. It's messy Inter Miami. Because, you can start something new and have some success in a new place. So that's how I'm feeling this morning as I start episode 100 on a Friday. It's been a couple weeks since I did Monday, Wednesday, and Friday episodes here. So we got that this week. And, part of that is I talked about the cadence of, instead of doing it every day, sometimes the hobby does not give you enough to come on and chat about for 3, 4, 5 times, plus the news and all that other fun stuff. This week, I could have probably done 12 episodes. I want to come on here and chat. But we start off, obviously, with a little bit of gratitude. Thank you, everybody. Keep sharing me those raps. Whew. I mean, sure, it looks like Gio and the sports card nonsense, is number 1 to my number 2 on a lot of those raps. Man, 5,000 minutes, 7,000 minutes listening to my stupid voice during a year. Oof. Send me something. Send me a little picture. Post it. Let me repost it. Your Spotify Wrapped if I'm on it. Please message me. I need to see that. It makes me feel better. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here talking to a computer, and I never know who's out there listening. I don't know what kind of job I'm doing, and I do want to know that. Instead, I just get comment sections and the things that I post, and some of the people who put comments in there, I don't like the comments. They make me want to cry. Oh man, got a bunch of posts this week. Got a funny one. Please go check it out. Where the Blezes, who, by the way, a lot of respect for the Blez family. Really, I have never really heard anybody talk about buying into one of their packs or buying into one of their repacks or buying into a break and saying they got screwed. I think they provide some entertainment. I think they provide some value, especially in the repacks. And I kind of like the guys. C-Blez and I, we get along. I know that sounds silly, but we do. We get along. I consider him a friend. Even with all the C-Blez appearances in my news week, it would be a very different place if we didn't have folks like that. But the most important part is, I think, like me, I try not to take myself too seriously. I guess at times I take myself seriously, but a little self-deprecation, a little bit of, laugh at the hobby, laugh at the space, laugh at yourself. I think that goes a long way. I think it's important. Check out the comment sections. I try to have conversations, like adult conversations with people, and sometimes it just goes really left really fast, and I still try. And I sometimes say, let's take it to the DMs, send me a DM and we can talk. I want to hear your take, your outlook on things, and understand what your real issues are. But it very rarely, goes there. People just kind of want to have their say, and they want to throw a bomb, drop a grenade, and kind of leave, which is cool. It's everybody's right? That's the fun thing I was talking about the difference between Instagram and hobby real life. Before I get into my big topic of the day, and I have one, do want to shout out to anybody who's at Philly, the Philly show. Joe Drelich, he's the man. I'm hoping to be able to make it there this weekend. I don't want to talk about Ian too much here, but Ian is my reason for going to that show. He goes and sees the athletes, he sees the cards, he has his cards, he goes and walks the show, and he tries to sell them and make deals. But the weather has changed drastically here in New York, and he's been sick the last couple of days. He went to school a little under the weather today. I'm going to see how he feels when he gets out of school, but it's raining and kind of gross. We'll see. I'd like to make the trip down there and double down. Wax Stars, Dave Marino, who you guys know sold some Pokemon cards for me recently. He um, he did a FaceTime with me and showed me the show. Wow, it looks great. I mean, if you're going to that Philly show, send me some pictures. Send me some pictures of it. Post about it. I'll repost it. I like that show. I've had some really good times there with Ian, but it looks really nice. A little carpet action. They're selling, like VIP tickets and stuff, and meet and greet with the athletes and the signers. And I was on Mascot today. Don't have any partnership or paid anything with them, but I was able to kind of search on the Mascot website for cards and see who at that show has the cards. Put Mickey Mantle in it and see all the Mickey Mantle 52 tops and what table they're at and who the dealer is who has them and what they're looking for on it. That's pretty cool. That's moving the hobby along here. It's moving this stuff forward. Think about, how that can then be applied at the National. It's one of those things we talked about after the National, right? Imagine walking in and kind of being able to pull up your phone and look at who has what card you're looking for where, and making your way over there and being able to maybe message them and saying, hey, I want that, hold it aside. This way you don't get scooped on it. It's pretty cool. It's definitely pretty cool. So anyway, enough on that. Fun stuff, and I'll keep it short and sweet, right? Repacks is the damn topic of the week, isn't it? Everybody's doing it. I made a funny video about, C-Blaz coming out, S-Blaz coming out and saying they don't want to do repacks, and then boom, they launch a repack. It's pretty smart marketing. They know what they're doing. And everybody was talking about repacks already. That C-Blaz post was out there, talking about repacks versus breakers and, repackers being good, bad, scooping up the cards, is it a way to just get rid of cards? And then boom, I kind of hinted at it on my show here a couple times, but Arena Club drops their slab packs, also repacks, right? And I mean, if you recognize my voice, if you're listening to me, I'm all over that thing. I narrated the video, the promo video. So, and I'm doing a giveaway. And if you listen to this early enough before 8 p.m. on Friday, get in. I'm entering, I'm having a giveaway. It's a $50 slab pack and I'm just giving away. I got a code. I'll give it to somebody and you guys can open up the pack. It'll be in your Arena Club account. Maybe you'll hit a grail or a chase card or something. Let me know what you hit, obviously, if you're a winner. So anyway, it is the topic. It's the topic of the week here, repacks. And one of the questions that I got from my a listener via DM was, why Arena? Like I guess I could have narrated a video for, Blez or for Platinum or for the Sweat repacks for the folks over on Backyard Breaks. Who knows? I could have done it for any of them. Here's why. And let me say, maybe this is an open challenge to the Arena guys, right? Maybe this is an open challenge to the Arena guys. And I reached out to them. I want to have them on the show to talk about their repack, their launch. As I am sitting here, every repack they had sold out. So I think they're replenishing that today. You'll hopefully, by the time you're listening to this, they already have more packs out there. But obviously, people seem to like them. They bought all that they had. Here's why Arena Club. And again, open challenge. The normal repack is done by a company that's doing repacks. A breaker, it's being done by, an individual, you name it. Backyard has a multitude of cards laying around and they do a repack. Blez has a multitude of cards that they buy and they do their own repack. And they're doing it for their own good. They're doing it for their own money. They're doing it to, bolster their own bottom line. I'm hoping, and why I've aligned with Arena Club, I'm hoping that they're going to be a little different. And while it starts off that way that, they've done these repacks, these slab packs of cards that they're selling themselves, my hope is that it turns into something bigger because they have great tech. They have a great platform with a marketplace built in with, a bunch of users on it. And I envision the next step in this. And maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe it's altruistic. Maybe it's me realizing, and hopefully the company is realizing that The companies that do well are not often the ones that are mining the gold. It's the ones that are selling the gold pans and the pickaxes. Probstein does a good job. He's not buying the cards and selling them himself. He's selling those cards for other people and being paid a commission. PC, MC, PWCC, Golden, all those folks. They're all making money doing a service. They're not buying the cards themselves, right? Here's my vision. I'm going to use a friend of mine. Okay? Let's talk about Cajun cardboard. Okay? And what my hope is that when we're done going through this exercise, you will be on the same page as me with a vision here of the future that is good for collectors. Now think about that. Mixing repacks and collectors. Interesting. Not two things that you think are actually going to go together, is it? All right. We've seen a lot of things come up in the past year, 2 years, different businesses, different ideas, you name it. I'm going to try to mix a whole bunch of them. So, Cajun, someone will send you this link. You have no idea that I'm doing this. Maybe you'll hear it. I hope I don't upset you. I don't think I will. Just using it as an example because you've done some great content recently around your Michael Jordan collection. And I think anybody who knows Cajun knows he is a Michael Jordan super collector. Doesn't just call him Michael Jordan, he calls him Michael Jeffrey Jordan, right? They are that close, those two. He even spent countless man hours putting together what he calls the Michael Jordan card hierarchy, where there are different tiers of Michael Jordan cards, different Jordan inserts, you name it. Got a ton of Jordan cards. But also, Cajun, every once in a while, a Grail Jordan pops up for him, and he needs to buy it. He wants to buy a Michael Jordan Grail, so he has to dip into his Jordan collection and sell some of his Jordans. Now, it doesn't just have to be Cajun. This could be any of you out there, any collector out there that does this. Heck, Fund Your Cards is basically based on this, right? Like, you want to collect, you want to go and get this Grail? Well, give us a stack of cards and we'll do it. Well, instead of Cajun having to go to Fund Your Cards, or instead of him having to pack up hundreds of cards to send to Probstein to sell and liquidate to random people on eBay and then get the money back in, you name it. What if Cajun saw a Grail Michael Jordan card that he needed to buy for, I don't know, should we say $25,000? Sure, he wanted to buy it for $25,000. But he didn't want to dip into his own pocket for that $25,000. He wants to use his collection to do it. In the past, what he could have done was sorry, phone ringing. What he could have done was he could have gone to Fund Your Cards. He could have tried to consolidate by sending his cards to Probstein. He could have done a lot of that stuff, right? But instead, what I'm saying he does is he has a Jordan collection that people know about, the community knows about, other collectors know about. And, he could put them out there in a Facebook group or on Veriswap or, in a Jordan group that he's in and say, hey, guys, I'm going to make these cards available. But what if, just what if, he was able to go on Arena Club himself on his own Arena Club account and load up, just stay with me here, 100 Michael Jordan cards. 100 Michael Jordan cards that were in various tiers on his Michael Jordan hierarchy. And let's say every one of the cards had to be at least worth $200. All right? Everyone's worth at least $200. Some of them are worth more. And maybe there's 1 or 10 or whatever it is that are worth significantly more. Maybe he's got a tier 2 Jordan or tier 3 Jordan. You understand where I'm going, I hope. Because he's able to upload 100 Michael Jordan cards. And yeah, a lot of them are worth, $200. And he loads those 100 up, and he now has an Arena Club X Cajun cardboard Michael Jordan slab pack that if he sells them for $250 at 100 each, he's got his 25 grand. But here's the best part. He needs 100 Michael Jordan collectors to come in here. And every one of those guys, everybody who's in there knows that at the very least, their $250 is getting them one of Cajun's $200 Michael Jordan cards. Could be getting them a Scoring Kings. $1,000 card, $2,500 card, whatever it is, it's going to be a chase. Somebody's got a chance for that. Somebody can get that also. There's a downside to it, there's an upside to it. Maybe there's a power and a key in there, maybe some PSA 9s, PSA 10, who knows? Because it's going to be curated by a collector, knowing that people out there are going to be getting his card, sort of like P. Ryan does. But P. Ryan stuff is random. You buy in P. Ryan and you just trust that P. Ryan is not going to screw you, that you're going to get some stuff. But you know what? You get random autograph. You have no, say over it. But now when you log into your Arena account and you see Cajun is doing a Michael Jordan Arena Club slab pack, you're getting Michael Jordan, you're getting one of his cards, and Cajun is able to use the tech on Arena Club to go out there and build out a checklist, show pictures of all 100 of these cards, the odds of getting them to everybody who buys. And maybe step 2 down the road is maybe on Arena or wherever it is, you're able to get all the 100 people or as many of them into a live session, and you, boom, open it up. Wow, you got the Scoring Kings. Wow, you got that one. I know that's a floor one. I know that's only worth $200, but that's one I've always wanted. I got one that's worth $300. You want to trade? And now you got the whole Jordan community here, the folks that are in this Jordan world, having a targeted collector base repack that gives liquidity, if we're allowed to use that word, to Cajun, and a way to sell his stuff without it having to go to a consignment company via eBay, without it having to go anywhere else. It allows that Jordan collector base to go and know that this is a repack that is targeted towards them. You're getting Michael Jordan cards. You know what your odds are of getting it. You know that when you buy in, you have a shot at that something awesome. But there's a floor that's being set by one of your own, Cajun, one of his cards that he's building out. Maybe Stacking Slabs, Brett McGrath will be able to do this for his wrestling community, or the people who are out there buying up all the mirror cards from Certified, trying to make that the next fetch. Maybe they do that. A slab pack of just those. But why Arena Club? Because it's not just a breaker going out and putting envelopes in and somebody yelling out 21 and you hoping that you're getting the real envelope number 21. It's not a breaker looking to get rid of their own stuff. Maybe it starts one way, but I believe the tech that they have will soon allow you to maybe everybody do your own repack. Maybe it grows into that. Maybe it grows into you breaking wax and solving the conundrum that I always have of, I broke a whole bunch of boxes, I broke some cases, I've broken cards for the last couple of months, and Ian and I have these cards, and what am I going to do with them? I got back a whole bunch of stuff from PSA. What do I do with them? Do I sell them? Do I consign them? Now, keep in mind, of course, a random assortment of Pokemon and top base cards are probably not going to sell out at a high point, price point in a repack. Got to throw some good stuff in there. But the point is, there's a possibility for it, right? And I think of all of the repacks and all of the breaking that's being done, from what I see from Arena, my thought is that they'll be the ones who advance that technology. They'll be the ones that do it. I love the checklist. I love the transparency. I love all that fun stuff. And, they're going to have to keep delivering, right? Because in this hobby, just like in the rest of the world, people vote with their cash. Yesterday, they voted pretty unanimously. Unanimously. Gotta stop drinking so early in the day. For buying out every one of the slab packs that was available at the price point that they were at. 200, 150, they're all gone. And that could just be the excitement, the rush of, influencers, including myself, who were out there, doing content about it, doing giveaways and whatnot. keeping up the momentum is a different thing. But I think that they're uniquely situated to, maybe do something that's a little bit different. And that's why Arena rather than somebody else. And I love that question. And it's just something I come on here and think about, right? Um, so, is that something you'd like? If you're a collector out there crapping all over repacks, but you're a 90s basketball guy and say, I would never do repacks. Well, what if the next phase of this is Arena partnering with a couple of your friends and getting 190s inserts together that they all want to sell and get some liquidity so they could buy something else? And boom, you and a couple of dozen people are in a room somewhere. It becomes almost like a fantasy draft. Oh, he drafted this guy. Oh, man, I'll trade you for that. Oh, man, you stole my pick. Oh, you pulled that one. I wanted that one. I wanted that Penny Hardaway. Oh, Tower of Power inserts. Remember those? Yeah. Hey, it's a good thing he didn't put the Robert Parrish in here. Point being, where you start is not always where you end up. Very rarely. And I think what Arena's doing is kind of cool. But I think what they can do going forward might be even more interesting. And that's kind of my take. I want to come on here and give you like a little 20-minute my thought on it. If anybody has any questions or anything, please, you can DM me. You can DM Arena Club to answer one of the comments. I have no ownership in Arena Club. Nope. That may change. I mean, they may hear this, love my idea, ready to be working on it, and reach out and be like, we got to give you a piece of the company. Maybe I'll own part of it tomorrow. But as I record this, I have no ownership in Arena Club. Paid partnership, sure. I do voiceover work. Like people do commercials. They're not doing that for free, right? So, but I did want to come on here and tell you guys why, right? And as of right now, that's the only company that I'm taking any money from. Read into that however you like. So yeah, there you go. Fun little episode. Enjoy your Friday. If you're at the Philly show, man, tag me in some stuff. Right? I mean, give me that FOMO. Make me want to get in my car and drive 2.5 hours and get there. Show me the cards. What I saw in Mascot was cool. That made me want to go there. More Mantle rookies than I thought were going to be there. And one was a really nice one. I'm not going to tell you who has it or what it was because I don't want you to scoop it. I may have to reach out to him and buy it myself. But I guess, you tie that together, what Mascot's doing, what the Philly show's doing, what Arena's doing with these slab packs. There are times when I've come on here and people have messaged me or reached out to me and said, wow, you sound a little down in the hobby. Hobby's moving forward. Tech, some of these companies, they're moving the hobby forward. The shows are moving forward. The platforms are moving forward. And it's nice to see. It's fun to see. And the hope is that it provides a better hobby for the people the hobby was built for, the collectors. And that's it. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Hope you have fun. Take care.